Hello everyone. Welcome back to the online class of Environmental Studies class 5th. I am here to explain lesson 21 and the chapter name is Magnificent Monuments. In this lesson, I will explain the following topics: the Golden Temple, the Gateway of India, the Ajanta and Ellora caves, the Gol Gumbaj, the Char Minar, the Konark Sun Temple, the Taj Mahal, and at last, bookwork. Our country India is well known for its beautiful monuments, places, temples, and ancient buildings. These monuments remind us of our glorious past. Monuments are part of our heritage. Studying monuments provide us important information such as the names of rulers, who built them, the architectural style, and the building's materials used. India is a country rich in culture and heritage. There are several such beautiful and famous monuments all over India. Heritage means what we inherited. Inherited means to receive from our ancestors and from our past. India is a land of varied cultures and traditions. People from numerous castes, religions, and creeds reside in our country. In all over India, you will see different lifestyle, food habits, culture, festivals, language, traditions, caste. But then also you will feel unity among Indians. That's why we say that India is a country of unity in diversity. The Golden Temple. The Golden Temple of Sri Harmandir Sahib is a holy place of worship for the Sikhs located in the city of Amritsar, Punjab. The Golden Temple is also considered a symbol of equality and human brotherhood. The temple is built around a man-made pool called Sarovar. This temple is famous for its full golden dome. It is one of the most sacred spots for Sikh. Harmandir Sahib meaning abode of God. The pool Sarovar was completed by the 4th Sikh Guru, Guru Ram Das in 1577. The 5th Sikh Guru, Guru Arjan designed the Harmandir Sahib and had the Adi Granth, the holy book of Sikh, kept inside the temple. As you know that the Gita is the holy book of Hindu, Quran is the holy book of Muslim, Bible is the holy book of Christian. Same as Adi Granth is the holy book of Sikh, which is kept inside the Golden Temple. Adi Granth is also called Granth or Guru Granth Sahib. It is a collection of nearly 6,000 hymns of the Sikh Gurus. The Golden Temple has 4 entrances, which are the 4 directions: north, south, east, west, from where people can enter the temple. The 4 entrances were made to show the openness of the Sikh to all people of all religions. At every entrance to Sri Harmandir Sahib, there is provision for keeping shoes and luggage of devotees, free of cost. On arrival at the Golden Temple, men and women are required to wear a scarf over their head. About 1 lakh people visit this holy place every day and eat langar in the free community kitchen, which provides free meals to all visitors without any discrimination. Meals in the langar are vegetarian and are simple and nutritious. The kitchen has two dining halls which have a combined capacity of 5,000 people. People come and sit down to eat on the mats on the floor. Are served food by the volunteers. On holidays and religious occasions, a roti making machine is used. Most of the raw materials are brought from Delhi or bought locally. The kitchen receives a lot of donations too, either in cash or kind. Maharana Ranjit Singh had the upper floors of the Harmandir Sahib covered with 750 kg of gold, from which it gets its name Golden Temple. The Golden Temple is famous for its beautiful golden dome. It was founded by the fourth Guru of Sikh, Guru Ram Das, and completed by his successor Guru Arjan Dev. The Golden Temple is so called because the entire upper half of the temple is inlaid with copper covered over by gold plate. The Gateway of India. The Gateway of India is located on the waterfront at Apollo Bandar in Mumbai. The Gateway of India is an art monument built in the early 20th century in the city of Mumbai in the Indian state of Maharashtra. During the rule of the British government, this was used as the arrival point for the visitors from the west. The Gateway of India was designed by George Whitted on the occasion of the visit of King George V of England and his wife Queen Mary on their first visit to India in 1911. The design of the monument took 3 years to pass and finally got sectioned on March 31, 1911. The archway of the monument is built of basalt and about 21 lakh was spent to build the arch alone. The gateway, however, was completed in 1924. It is built in the shape of an arc and is 26 meters high. The monument is surrounded by another of Mumbai's major tourist attraction, the Marine Drive facing the vast Arabian Sea. The structure of the Gateway of India is a beautiful mix of Indian, Arabic and Western architecture. Before independence, the gateway served as an entry and exit point of India. The last British ships set to sail in 1947 to leave the country from the Gateway of India, making it a legend. It overlooks the Arabian Sea and is also called the Taj of Mumbai. This monument served as an entrance point to India for the British Viceroy. The Ajanta and the Ellora Caves. The Ajanta and the Ellora Caves are located in Aurangabad in Maharashtra. The Ajanta caves were built by Buddhists almost 2000 years ago. Ajanta and Ellora caves are listed under UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. The sculptures and other structures of these caves are carved out of stone using only a hammer and chisel. The Ajanta caves have large prayer halls is called Chaitya and Buddhist monasteries called Vihar. Now here you can see the picture of Chaitya in Bihar too. Chaityas were assemblies for the purpose of discussions. Chaitya were with stoops. Chaitya was a rectangular prayer hall Vihar were for the purpose of living. Vihars did not have stoops. The viharas in India were originally constructed to shelter the monk during the rainy season, when it became difficult for them to lead the wanderer's life. The caves were carved out of rocky hills and decorated with large paintings depicting the life of Buddha. Depicting means to show something. The Ellora caves have Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist paintings and sculptures. The Ellora caves were made during the rule of the Rashtrakoot king Krishnavan. Students, in these caves, the Hindu caves show scenes from the Ramayana, the Buddhist caves show the life of Buddha, and the Jain caves show the various Jain saints called Tirthankars. The Gol Gumbaj. The Gol Gumbaj is located in Bijapur in Karnataka and is the tomb of Muhammad Adil Shah, the Sultan of Bijapur. Gol Gumbaz means circular dome. Its dome is the second largest in the world. The architecture of this monument is unique. The four towers have stairs leading to the top of the dome. The gallery around the dome provides a magnificent view of the town. Magnificent means very impressive and attractive. The dome stands without any pillars or supported. The Gol Gumbaj is also known as the Black Taj Mahal or Taj Mahal of South India. A particular attraction in this monument is the central chamber, where every sound is echoed 7 times. Charminar, the name itself spells a charm, means chamak. The monument was built to celebrate the end of plague epidemic in Hyderabad during the late 16th century. It is believed that the city of Hyderabad was built on a miracle, and that Quli Qutub Shah built this structure to mark the end of plague. The historical age of this monument is more than 450 years. It is an iconic monument in Hyderabad. Charminar was the first multi-story building built in Hyderabad. The name Charminar comes from the four char in Hindi minars that rise to a height of 48.7 meters. The second floor of the monument has a mosque, means masjid. Charminar looks spectacular when it is lit up at night. Spectacular means very impressive to see. As you can see in picture, in this monument you can see mosque also. There are 4 minars in this monument, that's why its name is Charminar. The Konark Sun Temple. The Konark Sun Temple situated in the eastern part of India in Odisha. Students, the other name of Sun Temple is Black Pagoda. The term Konark is derived from Kona, meaning corner, and Ark, meaning sun. It was built by King Narsimha Dev I. The temple is mounted on 24 beautiful carved wheels. The temple dedicated to the sun god Surya is built in the shape of a chariot, the vehicle of the sun god. There are 2 rows of 12 wheels on each side of the Konark Sun Temple. These 24 wheels represent the 24 hours in a day, and others say the 12th months. The setting of the spokes in the wheels serves as sundials and gives the exact time of the day. The chariot is drawn by 7 horses. Surya, the Hindu sun god, travels in a chariot driven by 7 horses. The last 2 forces are the 2 sons of Surya. Thus, the 7 horses symbolizes 7 kinds of forces, 7 stages of thinking, and 7 levels of consciousness. The 7 horses also represent the 7 colors of a rainbow. Entrance of Sun Temple. Here in this picture you can see two lions guard the entrance of the temple. This temple has sculptures of human beings in diverse forms and activities, varied flora and fauna. Flora and fauna means fruits and vegetables, flowers, and long scrolls of elephants, beasts, and birds. There are 3 images of the sun god positioned to catch the rays of the sun at dawn, noon, and sunset. The Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal is located in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. The Taj Mahal is one of the 7 wonders of the world. The Taj Mahal is a symbol of endless love and devotion. The Taj Mahal houses the tomb of Mumtaz Mahal and Shah Jahan. It is set against the backdrop of the Yamuna River. The Taj Mahal stands on a raised terrace with 4 minars at each corner. To build this monument, Shah Jahan brought the best architects in this world. It took nearly 20 years to be built by 20,000 laborers. It is made of white marbles. Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal in memory of his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal. It is one of the most beautiful monuments in India and looks spectacular on a full moonlight. It has a beautiful gardens too all around it and is surrounded by a red stone wall. The marble in the Taj is inlaid with gems and semi-precious stones used in the floral design to decorate the wall. The architectural complex comprises 5 main elements. First, the darwaja or main gate. Second, the bagicha or garden. Third, the masjid or mosque. Fourth, the Nakar Khana or rest house. Fifth, the Roja or the Taj Mahal Museum. This is the picture of Qutub Minar. Qutub Minar is located in Delhi. It is one of the tallest minar in India. The height of the tower is 72.5 meters and its stair has 379 steps. It is made of red sandstone. It is constructed by Qutbuddin Aibak in 1192 and completed by Iltutmish and finally by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Poetry, or you can say lines from the Holy Quran composed in Arabic, are inscribed on its wall. All the stories are surrounded by a projected balcony encircling the minar. This is the picture of Red Fort. It was built by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in 1648. Delhi's famous Red Fort is known by that name because of the red stone with which it is built, and it is one of the most magnificent palaces in the world. India's history is also closely linked with this fort. Red Fort was built as the fortified palace of Shahjahanabad, capital of the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. The fort also has houses, the Diwan-e-Aam, where the emperor would sit and hear complaints of the common people. The next is the Diwan-e-Khas, is where the emperor held private meetings. This is the picture of India Gate, located in Delhi. 13,300 servicemen's names, including some soldiers and officers from the United Kingdom, are inscribed on the gate. This structure, called Amar Jawan Jyoti, has since 1971 served as India's Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. India Gate was constructed to honor the soldiers of India that were killed during World War I. Also, this structure reminds of us the sacrifices made by thousands of soldiers who have given their lives during the First World War. All these monuments are special and a part of our heritage. The Archaeological Survey of India was established by the government to preserve, protect, repair and maintain these monuments. Here in this picture you can see Amar Jawan Jyoti, that is also known as the India Gate and located in Delhi. The government has set up a specialized organization called the Archaeological Survey of India that protects monuments and heritage sites. UNESCO has identified 35 World Heritage Sites in India as of now. Causing damage to them is a punishable offense. As students, we too can do our bit by not spitting and throwing garbage in and around the monuments, by not writing or drawing on the walls, by always buying entry tickets while visiting these monuments. Now it's time for book work, page number 145 and 146. A. Fill in the blanks. 1. Odisha. 2. Muhammad Adil Shah. 3. Waste management. 4. Archaeological Survey of India. 5th. Marble. Next. B. Tick the correct answers. First, B. Shah Jahan. Second, B. New Delhi. Third, C. King George V. Fourth, C. Aurangabad. Fifth, A. UNESCO. C. Write T for true and F for false. First, true. Second, true. Third, false. Fourth, false. Fifth, false. Students, complete your book work as it is given in this video in good handwriting and work hard for the second term. Thank you. Have a good day.